Thank you very much for coming, Larry.
Yes.
And Hannah, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for
So
having
today, let's dive in. Let's not waste time. Let's
Yes.
dive in. Hannah, I'm going to ask you this because there was a message you sent to me. You said to me, why do men cheat? You understand? You sent me that message, and I was like thinking, did somebody break Salah's heart or something? You understand? So, but you clarified that wasn't like heartbreak or something. That you were very curious about that. So, my question is, I'm throwing that question back to you: is who do you think cheats more in a relationship, men or women?
For me, of course, it's men. Because like men, I see a lot of men, a lot of married men, a lot of men in relationship, they cheat more than women.
Yeah,
Definitely.
for me,
Yeah.
particularly for me, I would disagree with that because one, the people that have options are women. You understand? Like, for example, if you go to a dating app, a woman might have like 9 guys seeking her attention, while guys struggle to get attention of a woman. You understand?
Okay.
So, Larry, what do you have to say about that?
I think, in the larger scheme of things, men control marriage, women control sex. This is what it comes down to, right? Men control the relationship, how deep a relationship is going to go, right? But the woman ultimately has to say over sex, because if not, it's rape, right? A man can't just take what he wants, right? So like when it's the reason why when a guy has a lot of women, he's looked at as like a stud, a big guy on the block or whatever. But if a woman has a lot of men, it kind of looks, there's a negative light shown on that, right?
Exactly.
And the reason is because it's easier, it's hard for a man to be more sexually active than it is for a woman. I can tell you right now, if you take a below average looking male, right? And a below average looking woman, if we're doing just strictly looks, just physically looks, just how they look on the outside. If 10 is, the dime and 1 is just disfigured, right? If you take a low 5 to even a 4 of a man and a woman, if we had to bet money, your entire next paycheck, they leave this apartment right now, who can get sex first?
Wow. I think it's the woman.
Immediately, I'm putting my money on the woman every time.
That's true.
It's the woman.
And also, a man has also the same 50% chance
No.
if he wants. Because if he has a money, of course he has a power on his, like on how to have the, his sex.
Okay, here's the thing. A man, in order to have sex, has to be at least semi-physically attractive or very wealthy, right?
right.
Yes,
right.
that's right.
And he has to show that he has, some sort of appeal other than just physical looks.
Yes.
A woman has to have literally nothing. She can have stuff that men don't want. She can have kids to some other guy, not be in the best shape, not have perfect hair, not have perfect teeth, not drive, because she could be walking. She has no car, living with her mom. If she wants to have sex, she can go have sex.
That's
If
true.
a man has no good job and no car and is living with his mom, what's the chances that guy is out there getting sex?
That's zero.
No, there is it makes sense.
That's zero.
I have to disagree because
Yeah.
those men are the one actually who's cheating on the women's. Because if they have a girlfriend, like somehow they get a girlfriend, right? But all they do is like play the games on the house. Like they don't even pay for the car. They don't pay for the house, or like they don't have a car. But they still manage to have sex because all they have to do is like on a date, and then they can literally cheat on the girlfriend they have. But for women, sex is very important for women because sex is for women means literally falling in love with the other person. She's having with. That's why a lot of women are very careful about like who to have sex with.
Yeah.
So if they Like men, if they have sex, they don't fall in love. That's
Yeah, there's not much
been
attachment.
proven by science.
We don't
Like,
always equate-
They're gonna go.
We don't always equate them, right?
Yeah.
Women are more likely to form a emotional bond with sex,
Yes.
but it doesn't mean men are immune to that. Do you think men don't feel heartbreak?
Yes.
So
I agree.
let's look at the flip side of the coin, right? Men who become cheated on by women, right? A lot of these guys are at work, busting their hump, right?
That's right.
They work, they're providing a house already, they're providing a car already, they're providing a lot of these things, and their woman got a side dude, right? Do you think that that man is immune to being emotionally scarred?
Oh, I'm not saying like the cheating on doesn't affect anybody. And I'm not saying
Yeah,
that.
okay.
Of course, women and men are both really affected by cheating on.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like this, just like you said, the man who's also affording for the woman, providing for women, is also have a very much potential to cheat on the woman he loves, because it's just like the ancestor type. Because before the history, like we have a lot of ancestral traits that say if a man has power, for example, if he has a lot of land, if he has a lot of ships or cattle, he can provide for a lot of women, for the village women. That's like protecting the women. It's not about falling in love with the woman, but then protecting the women. So he got married to a lot of women at the same time. Still now this happening in Muslim religion. I think that happened for a reason. I'm not gonna really get into that.
Yeah, sure.
But in Muslim religion, a lot of men are married to like 2 or more, 3 wives, just to protect the woman from any danger or like to
Yeah.
give her things. And men are supposed to have a lot of inborns, like to have a lot of children. They want a lot of children. So they can have a children with 10 women. So they want that. But the women, they don't want that. They only want to fall in love with one man and then taking care of the man and then the children. So that's why the man has a lot of probability, even though he is happy in his relationship, he has a lot of chance to cheat on the woman he loves, even though I'm not saying he doesn't love her, but the woman, she has a lot of care for the man and the children. So for the sake of that, she regulates herself. That's what
I would agree to a point. I would agree so much as to go back even further. Let's go back, like the closer you get to nature, the closer you come to roles,
Oh,
right?
that's true, yeah.
Yes.
So let's think all the way back to just flat out biology, right? A man is designed to have and produce as many heirs or offspring as he can with as many, like even in other animal species.
Exactly.
That's right.
Males breed with multiple females.
Yes,
right?
that's true. Yep.
I'm not going to say that's right or moral in today's society, but what I'm saying is it's a biological drive, right? Whereas if a plane crashed went down a commercial flight and landed on an island, and 2 men and 15 women survived, right? That island could actually repopulate and become a standing civilization, right? Not so if it's reversed. If it's 15 men and 2 women, it doesn't work. That woman can only produce so many children,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
The man can produce far more. So it's biological. So I agree with you in the point that it's hardwired in men to just seek more, I think.
Yes.
But I also think that in today's society, I think cheating is so much more prevalent today from both sides than it ever has been. And it's because society in general has given up accountability. And it's the same, like cheating. There's no more cheating today than there's been before I think it's just more open.
Well, I would agree with that. I would
Yeah.
very much agree with that. Because like this generation, we have a dating apps. We can go like clubs and everything, which we don't even have to judge anybody else because of that. And this generation, they have LGBTQ. So you can cheat with men, even though you're a man. You can cheat with the women, even though you're a woman. We have like a lot of options right now. So of course, there's a lot of chance to
Yeah,
cheat.
from my own perspective, I think that women in our society today cheat more than men. But men are built naturally to cheat more than women.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the problem is that the men that are willing to cheat don't have the kind of opportunity to do that. Like there's a saying that a man considers himself honest when he's not given an opportunity to steal. Understand? When there's no opportunity for you to steal, that's when you consider yourself an honest man. So we men don't cheat much, not because we don't want to cheat, but because there is no available opportunity for us to cheat. Like in terms of if you go to their dating apps, or women have more attention than men. So if a guy can be struggling to get the attention of one woman, to cheat with that one woman, but a woman can have the option of what many guys talking to her, and she decides which one she wants to go out with or which one she can be keeping as in the talking stage. Women cheat in this a lot, that they have different classifications for men. They have the people they classify as talking stage. They have the people they classify as a potential boyfriend. They have the people they classify as their boyfriend, one boyfriend too. So this, yeah.
That's so true.
It is.
That's very true. Like crush one, crush two.
Yeah.
To guy number 3.
Yeah, so if you know that, if you have like a kind of a heartbreak or you kind of have a breakup, men, first of all, move on easily. We have a kind of a heartbreak. Men say, today, move on easily, can go and drink and do this. But that man is not the same after 1 month. But the woman will cry her out today, but next week she has replaced you and have gone far. So because she has a variety of options already open for her, but the man does not have that kind of option. So in our society today, women are the people that are prone to cheating more than the men because of lack of opportunities for the men.
Did you see the divorce rate nowadays?
Yeah.
It's skyrocketed.
Yep.
Do you know that I think it was something outrageous, something like 92% of these divorces are initiated by the woman. Like by the women are getting the divorces. And most of the cases that are being filed for, unhappy. So a man can be providing, a good provider,
Thank you.
giving her everything that she wants, taking care of the kids. I give her a house, I give her a car, I give her all these things. But now she's unhappy. Why? Oh, you're not spending enough time with the kids. You're not spending enough time. You're not telling me how beautiful I am every day. I'm at work, paying for everything, right?
Yeah.
And the woman says, that's not enough. You also have to make me happy. I'm divorcing you. So this is why men are now basically not getting married anymore. It's hard because women now are like, men just don't want to get married. Why? I don't know. I don't understand it. Like if you understand that only we have everything to lose, because a man can literally put his entire everything into a marriage, and then the woman says, I'm unhappy and leaves, and guess what? She still takes everything. She still takes everything too. Not only did he do nothing wrong, now he loses everything. So it's a huge risk for the man. Not just emotionally, but also financially, time, everything. The man puts everything at risk getting married, right? The woman puts nothing at risk. And here's something for options, right? The wildest part about, to prove the point that almost any woman, I saw a funny meme that was like, Pornhub is for free. But these guys are out here paying $22.50 to watch Becky from the trailer park, play with herself on OnlyFans. Right? Becky from the trailer park. Nobody, right?
Yeah.
Still has options. All these guys that are paying to see her would immediately, if she said, I'm picking one of you to come bang me next week, there would be a sweepstakes. People would be putting in money to see who's getting to go do it.
So the men also have a choice.
This
See?
may be our pizza. Hello?
Has he come?
Hello?
Yep, I think you have to.
Yeah.
No, I'm. Okay, so
Hello?
He left with the shoes.
You said
Inside.
it's okay.
We can.
Pizza. Pizza.
No, I'm not gonna edit it. I'm not gonna edit it.
I'm
gonna
standing
do-
outside now.
You're not gonna edit it?
I'm not gonna edit it. I'm gonna leave it.
I thought you did it. In the middle of pizza time. Okay, so people, please listen to me. For women out there, I'm with you. If you've been cheated on, I've known the. I was not being cheated on. I'm sorry. Like I think I know what you're going through.
I see.
'Cause,
I think I see your screen,
men
but
are.
I'm
even though, like,
standing
they
outside.
have
I'm standing
the
outside the
power
building
to
now.
provide for you. They still go behind you, and then they cheat on you because they feel comfortable in the situation you're
this
providing for them.
Studio.
We give them everything. We give. If I don't please, you're not gonna edit this thing. Don't take it out.
I'm not gonna edit it.
So like, we're giving them everything. Our childhood, our body. We're giving them kids. Like the kids, when we providing kids, the body changes, the mood
Is
changes,
this you?
the hormone changes, and they still this man.
Is this you?
I'm not talking about it. The men out there, they still have the audacity
I see.
to
Sorry,
go behind our back and our children. They leave us and they be like, "Oh, I'm done with her," and they go behind our children on us. So
Sorry.
the thing is, this
And then
society is
that-
very hard to be monogamous. That's what my point is very clear now. Because even for women, to be monogamous or like to be stuck with only one relationship, this is becoming very hard. And I kind of
I don't want to be cutting it. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm gonna keep talking. I'm gonna keep talking. So that's why
She's the one implicating herself.
this society. No. The thing is, the men that I'm trying to blame on is the men because men are hard to become monogamous. So that's why they are pushing the women
I think we can dive into the pizza or something.
to become
Yeah.
children. Exactly. That's my point. Thank you.
How about the cup, the plastic cup, man?
I think that women,
Yeah.
when they talk about men cheating, they're talking about a percent or a type of man, but there are no real women that are incels.
Incel?
Understand? Involuntarily celibate.
No.
Would you argue this?
No, I would.
The population of men that are incels, involuntarily celibate, is quadruple that of what women would be.
Okay. Interesting point.
Okay?
Okay.
So the fact that, first off, for men to even have a woman, to even have a woman, if he gets that woman, the likelihood is that he is going to pour everything that he can into that one woman.
No, the thing is, that's the point. And then once they get comfortable and getting that woman, they're like, oh, the price is already done. Like I have her already. So they get whatever they want, and then be like, they will look for other, options. Because men are hardwired to look for, like they are hardwired to go hunt, get the prize, eat it, and then go for hunt again. So that's why they keep looking for other women, even though they're like happy talking with her, like they're having dinner, and then they still look when there's a woman passing by.
I'll
So
tell
it's
you
like,
like this. Even when I'm out with my woman, I have a very attractive woman at home. I have a very attractive woman at home.
Okay.
But when I'm out and about, I don't turn my eyes off like I can't see. Like to say that, once you find a woman, she's the only one that you'll see. No, she's the only one that you desire to see every day, right? But I Could you believe me? Okay, if you were my woman and we were out and you saw a very attractive girl and you asked me, what do you think about her? I'd be like, yeah, she's pretty. Would you be angry?
Women, yes.
Why?
Because like women have insecurities. We just want you to say, no, she's not. You're beautiful than her. We want to hear that thing.
So here's the thing. I didn't say, is she more beautiful? You didn't ask me, is she more beautiful than you? You asked me, is she pretty? And I say, yeah, and you would be angry.
As you can see, because she's a woman, I'm serving her first. So of course, you know that men are very caring.
So here's the thing. So here's the
Looks like
thing.
champagne,
Okay.
yeah.
How could you believe me if I tell you when you're beautiful, if I can't see when there's another beautiful in the room? If I can't see when there's, if I can't see when there's another beautiful being in the room, how do you trust my view of what's beautiful and what's not?
That's true. That's actually makes sense what you're trying to say here. But then women, they don't run with logical. You have to remember that. Men are very logical, women are very emotional. So we want to hear the word, oh, you're very beautiful than her. No, I don't even know her. I don't even see her like that. So we want this type of things because we want to be valued in the relationship. We know she's beautiful. We saw her, so she's beautiful. But we still want the validation from you that I'm beautiful than her. But if, we know, of course, she's beautiful than her. She can be like the supermodel she's walking by.
You know,
But then we just wanted to be valued by one person, a single person that we trusted the most. Because like even children, like the daughters, they want the validation from the father. Like they're very ambitious to get the father. Of course, they want the love from their mother, but the father value is very important. That's why we just keep pleasing the man in our life. If we don't get the father love, we keep pleasing the man in our daily. I mean, keep repeating the trauma. Keep repeating.
yeah,
That's what I'm trying to say.
we can start with the pizza. So let me share my personal experience.
Please.
My personal experience is, you know, my ex, since I dated her for quite a long time, and I never cheated on her. She as well knows that I never cheated on her.
Okay.
But one day, she asked me, "It seems you don't love me anymore." I'm like, "What do you mean I don't love you anymore?" I share all my goals, things I want to do, things you're doing, everything about us, everything I'm thinking. All my thinking is about us. And you're telling me you don't love me anymore. She said that when we met and now things have changed. You understand? I said, what do you mean things have changed? She said, when we met, you used to tell me that I'm very beautiful, that she's very beautiful. But now you don't tell me that anymore. I said, it's not that I have changed, you understand? But you don't expect like the way things to be the same thing now or something, you understand? What I'm thinking about now is us and everything. So, but there's one thing I noticed, that if men revolve around their purpose before love, you understand? A man that focuses on love before his purpose will lose himself and lose his woman. Understand? But a man that focuses on his purpose will gain the trust of his woman, and in the long run. That's something that's happening now. A man that's focusing on his purpose, your woman is going to tell you, the attention you're giving to your purpose, you have to give that attention to me.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you agree in that and fail in your purpose, fail in your destiny, fail in your dreams, she's going to leave you. But if you continue to focus on your purpose and continue to give her the attention that she needs, no matter how she's complaining, she's going to be very, very proud of what you do. And that is what we men don't understand.
My girl and I met. We were both coming off a divorce. I was divorced to my wife.
Okay.
Didn't want to come to Korea to be with me. She did not want to come to Korea to be with me, and I understood that. And we didn't have like some violent, horrible breakup, but it was not divorce. There's never a divorce that's going to feel good. right? But it wasn't like she cheated on me, I cheated on her. We couldn't like, it was just an understanding like, as hard as this is, we just can't keep going like this, right? My fiance now, she had a much worse breakup with hers. She was married to a military man who had came to Korea, and he cheated on her when she came here months later to be with him. He had a Korean girl living with him. So, and he basically told her, basically just threw her to the side. He was like, yeah, I'm done with you. And I want a divorce. And he's like, well, you know, wait till I'm done here and I'll to ask for the divorce, and you know, don't tell my CO and I'll help you get your citizenship. So that's what he did. And then she met me. We met each other, funnily enough, on a dating site.
Okay.
At first, when I was divorced, I was doing like the freshly single man thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that gets, after a couple weeks, that, you know, it's exciting at first, like different girls every day, like 2-3 different girls every day, and you're like, yeah, this is, okay, you know, you don't want me, but all right, fine, I'll be all right single. But then, it's maybe because I'm older, but like, then it got played out real quick. I was like, you know what, like all these girls, I just wanted to come home to one, just one, right? And I met Leia, and she wouldn't give me any for a while. Like I didn't even meet her face to face. She wouldn't even meet me face to face.
Wow.
For like a couple of weeks. We just texted. Then I met her, and she still wouldn't give me none. And I was like, oh man, all right, okay. And as hard as that was at the time, it made me it built respect. 10 years later, here we are, right? So like I met her, and she had been with me, and she knew where I was and where I was at in life, and I was teaching, and I was living in a little one-room apartment with a little futon on the floor and a desk and a kitchen and a bathroom. It was all one room. Like if I laid down and she put her feet on my shoulders and she laid down, we would touch all the walls, right? But eventually she like moved in with me there. And then we moved to Haebongchon, to like finally had like a bedroom and a living room and a kitchen. And then we moved from there to Uijeongbu, where we live now. We had like a house, you know, a couple bedrooms, washing machine, dryer, bathrooms, you know, like the whole nine. We moved from Haebongchon to Uijeongbu to 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, you know, big, you know. But she was there since the beginning, right? She was there since the beginning. And we built it together, right? And she saw that I was driven, and she saw that I wasn't flawless. Believe that, you know. I'm not going to sit here and paint this picture. I was this perfect guy. No, I was horrible. Like I still had like anger issues. Like you saw that, you saw my first episode. You know, I grew up kind of rough, and I have anger issues, and I have a lot of other issues that I'm dealing with. But she's dealt with them with me. But a lot of the reason that I was able to change was the thought of losing her. She almost left me once. More than once, actually. It got to the point where she had actually packed her bags and stayed with a friend for a couple, and that was a lot of perspective. And I changed. I'm still changing. I still deal with a lot. But, you know, it's a process. But it's like you said, she saw my vision and she saw me chase it, right? Have I fallen off of that vision, it would have been easy to just leave me, because obviously, like I said, it's not no walk in the park being with me, you know? There's a lot of baggage that came with me, but like to agree with and to be a living testament to what you said, yeah. If a woman sees that you are following and moving in a specific direction, right? Then she'll stick with you.
Yeah. But let me ask you, Hannah, would you like your man to focus our attention on you, give you all the love you need, or would you like him to provide for the family, pursue his goals, knowing that he's there for the family, he's there for you? Which one would you prefer?
Oh, to be honest, like for my future husband, it's like I want him the priority to be number one, his health.
You know, so from the last episode we did, so people were asking me, please, will she marry me? What's her number? I don't know everything. So
Yeah.
I hope they are watching.
It's like for number one priority, I hope it's not me. Even for number two, I don't want to be his number two priority. It's like number one, he has to be his health, and number two, he has to be himself. Like his family, his health, like his how to say, his dreams, his purpose in life. It has to be himself. If he cannot love himself, how can he love me? So I don't want him
There
to
you
be
go.
in first place than him. First,
There
he
you
has
go.
to put himself. Eat your food and then ask me how was my food first. So like I don't want him to be at all. Like I don't want to be in that priority, and I'm not gonna fight for that. Like I'll be like, just give me the attention that you don't even give yourself. I don't want that attention. But like once he's comfortable with himself, then I want that attention. I want to be the third one. Oh, how's Hannah? Oh, how's she's doing? After he's asking himself, oh, am I feeling good today? Like after he's asking himself, then those kind of relationship, I think it's last longer because those one are the one you are open your heart, like the one you have a space for other person. So because your heart is already open, then you can take care of the other people too. But like the thing is, why I'm very much concerned why men cheat is because I'm seeing a lot of famous celebrities. Beyonce has been cheated on. Ariana Grande has been cheated on. Like recently, there was like one famous TikTok. I think everyone knows who I'm talking about. She's been cheated on by her husband. He was sending like 30 minutes before their wedding. He was sending a text to other women. Do you need me to stop this wedding? He was sending text, and it was viral on TikTok. So I saw that one. I was like, why men cheat? Like they have this beautiful women, successful women. I'm talking about Beyonce, a queen bee. Why they are being cheated on? Even though they got it all. We see them how they have all the things. So I'm saying like, are they men cheating on this woman because they are insecure? They think, oh, I cannot protect her anymore. I cannot provide anything for her. So that's why they're looking for other women. Is it because of that? Or is it because they're just monogamous? Polygamous. Then they cannot be standing with one woman. They cannot be satisfied with only one woman. That's why they are cheating on. So that was my question. What do you think?
There's a bunch that goes into that. First off, when you start to unpack that, you started naming celebrities. First off, celebrities and us are almost not even the same species. Like the average person that you walk past on the street compared to a celebrity, the celebrity, you're talking about elite wealth.
Yeah.
You're talking about celebrities kill themselves. This guy got all this money and all this wealth. He got everything. Like people can't understand. This guy has everything he has. And why would he kill himself, right? So when you ask, why would a celebrity cheat on his wife? I would tell you, show me the richest man in the world. Okay, when you talk about that type of wealth, they're never satisfied with anything. Not just the woman, not just the man, the woman too. The women, they cheat. Look at Jada Pinkett, right? Like and you think she's the only person? She's the only woman in Hollywood who's ever done that? No. Okay, so my thing is, excessive, like opulent wealth makes just that a whole different conversation, right? People with crazy wealth do stuff that you can't compare those people to the average person that you're gonna walk past or meet out here if you went out and met somebody, right? That's number one. Number two, it goes back to what we were talking about before, and it was like biology, right? Like the man, I don't know, I'm not making an excuse, but I think a reason is that men will always have wandering eyes, but not always have self-discipline. My eyes wander all the time. My girlfriend sees it. She's like, she'll even elbow me sometimes, but she don't get like catty mad. She'll be like, I was just looking. Like I'm like it's the same thing. Like we'll go out window shopping. We'll walk into the Gucci store and intend to buy nothing, right? With no intention to buy anything, but just to look, right? I like looking at beautiful things. Period. Women, flowers, sunsets, butterflies, whatever. Just because you see a pretty flower in the field, right? You have a pretty flower from a field. You see another pretty flower in the field. Do you want to pick every single flower out of that field? No. I can appreciate the beauty of that flower just where it's at. But I'm still going to look at it. I'm still going to say, oh man, that's beautiful, right? My thing is, I only desire one. I look at all of them, but I desire one. I can't wait to go home to my woman every night. She takes care of me. All right, now, but not everybody is me. There are people that don't have that mastery over self yet. They see that, oh, there's one, you know, and they're chasing. Like, and let's call a spade a spade. Women are attractive beings, right? If we were going to say which one is the better, you take the most attractive man and stand him next to an averagely attractive woman, and who's going to get more likes? The woman.
Yeah, that's true.
Period.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Right? So like it's just how biology is built. I think it's not an excuse. It's not saying all men should be off the hook or allowed to whatever because of this, but I think not everybody has found the mastery of self yet to deal with that.
You know, there's something she mentioned, like men suddenly following all the women
Yeah.
or something. It can come from what we call an insecurity, like from childhood. Like for example, there's a guy I know. Girls considered him like ugly. You understand? When he was like, you know, finished his high school, he couldn't get a girlfriend because nobody wanted to date him. You understand? But like he didn't feel that self-worth, that self-worthiness to women. But he became a media person, became very, very successful. And now he treats women as if he's changing his clothes. Because one, he wants to feel that deprivement that he had when he was small, that insecurity that women don't want him. So he feels that now that I have the success, I can do with them whatever I want. You understand? Since they didn't want me, now I'm successful and they want me, so I can treat them or do with them whatever I want. You understand? So some people have that kind of insecurity as well. Same thing, not only men, same thing with women. You can see a woman that is very ugly, that's not giving the attention that she needed when she was very small. You understand? When she was very small. Suddenly she becomes the queen of the area. Going around with the bad boys, every boy is going around the bad boys and everything. But there are some women that when they were small, they had that kind of love from the family. You understand? Like, I remember someone, I said, oh, princess. I said, I know. She said, I know. I know. I said, what do you mean by you know? He said, my father was the first person that called me a princess.
Exactly. This is why it's very important for
You
parents.
understand? So that didn't get into her head because she got that from why she was so. She already know herself what her stay, her confidence about herself, even when she was small. But there were people, some girls, that weren't given that love. They don't have that kind of self-love.
Yeah.
Understand? So, and if a man tells you that, oh, you're pretty, it gets into your head and you remove your pants. You understand? So that's all, because you don't have that kind of self-love. You don't have that kind of self-identity right from when you were.
A lot of girls, though, I've seen through my personal experience.
Yeah.
Some very beautiful, I'm very full.
Me, I'm full.
Some very beautiful women who have been beautiful their entire life, even since they were a child, are some of the most insecure women I've ever seen in my life, because they're so used to that's how, I don't want to say I tricked them or gamed them, but that's how I got them. I didn't look better than these guys. I didn't have more money than the guys that they were messing with. I knew how to ignore them. They're so used to everybody telling them how pretty they are, how beautiful they are. And then the guy who walks past them and doesn't even look at them. Like, all these guys are chasing this girl. This girl would come to me like, hey, what's blah, blah, blah. She was intrigued why I wasn't like the rest of them trying to buy her a drink.
This is on point. Exactly. Yep.
So because she was insecure, and it wasn't that she was attracted to me. It wasn't that like, there was guys who had more, that were dressed well and everything in the room, chasing her around, and it was the only reason I got the better was because she was intrigued why I wasn't chasing her, because she was insecure.
Definitely. That was the very. I got the answer. How? It's like I also had when I was younger, I had the same situation. What you told me, like in the classroom, of course, everyone was like happy with the community, and there was one boy. He was really silent. He was like minding his own business. I was just curious why he's always silent. And then I was like trying to be friends with him. He thought I was hitting on him. He friends on me. So he was like, let's just be friends. I was like, I was trying to be friends. Why you thought I was going the other way? So that makes me even more angry. I got limerence on him for like 3 months. I was so obsessed. I was like, why? Who do you think you are? Like the queen of the class. I got so mad. Like, be careful, girls out there. Like, those boys, just leave them alone. They're minding their own business. Maybe it's not because of you. It's not. Just don't take it personally. What I'm trying to say here is like, it's on point. This kind of situation makes the women chase the men, the bad boys, chase the bad boys, and like I'll just say, like, the women's, there are like some situation where they're trying to replace their dad love with the men.
Daddy issues.
So that's why they get into toxic relationship, even though they know this person is gonna cheat on them. They definitely know. They still chase out. Like, they just go with him. They stick with him. They give him a second, third, fourth chance after he cheated on them. So I'm trying to say, like, those men, they never gonna change.
I think what we're seeing from both sides, from the women that cheat a lot and the men that cheat a lot, I hate to say this, but it's all a product of single parent homes. Because a lot of single parent homes, the girls who end up having like obscene numbers of partners, they got daddy issues.
Yep.
And the boys who do the same are usually because their mom had daddy issues. Their mom, the one woman who raised them in a single household, probably had a lot of different guys coming through. So they thought this is how it's supposed to be. Right? Because no matter what you say, you could say, don't do what I do, but do what I say to a kid all day. They're still going to do what you do. They still, no matter what you say, your life is your biggest, most loudest and strongest testimony. No matter what you say out of your mouth, it's what you do that children and anybody behind you who emulates you will follow, right? So a child, it's the same reason a child could be walking around and you start cussing or whatever, and then you hear the kid cuss, you're like, oh, don't say that, don't say that. No matter what you say, they're gonna follow what you do, right? So like, and it's the why, like the little girls, like you see some videos of like, the girls showing like their little girls, like their babies, like twerking and stuff. And people think it's cute and funny. I don't think it's cute and funny at all. They're learning your bad behavior. You're indoctrinating your children early. Like, it's horrible, even though it's cute and funny to you. You don't understand the impact that your living testimony is on your children.
Yeah.
And the single parent homes is the reason why there's so much cheating going on both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me ask Hannah this question, like, where do you get most of your attention from guys? Is it you get them online, or is it like what is physical approach? Where do you get or your attention from guys?
I think both. But like for the physical, I'm kind of cold in the outside. So I'm always like wearing my headphones. When like in the street and everything, I'm very much scary person. So nobody tends to approach me. I'm not an approachable type. But the online has a very
A lot of people getting your
people,
attention.
yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this. Since we are talking about men and women cheating, and I believe everybody, maybe you have been cheated on, not now, but maybe before or
God
now.
forbid, no.
I'm not talking about right.
Yeah.
Maybe us, every person, but what do you look at? What are the things that people that seek your attention online or anywhere, what do you look at to say that, oh, let me give this person an opportunity? I think this person might not be able to cheat. What are the signs that you see from someone as you're chatting with the person online? Because most people now are meeting online on dating apps. So as a woman, you have like 9 guys chatting you, saying hi to you on the same dating app. So what do you use to screen these guys to know the one that
Screening
give you-
process.
Screening process.
Screening process is very-
What is your screening?
What is
It's got to be something.
Yeah.
So I can imagine what
What's your screening process?
Yeah, screening process.
What are the things that get your attention to focus
Or
on
red
one
flags.
person?
What are some red flags
Yeah.
that you look for?
Okay, red flags.
Okay.
The red flags is someone who is full of himself. Those are my red flags. Because like those people, they will never change. They're stubborn. So even though you think their attention is valuable to you, those person are very no. It's not. It's a no for me.
But-
It's a turn off for me.
But sorry, before you said before the attention, before like full of themselves. How do you know they are full of themselves if you have not interacted with them? 9 people want to interact with you. So how do you decide who to start your interaction, your focus on? How do you decide?
Like I'm a model, right?
Yeah.
In this industry, I will say for everyone, please don't date models. Don't date male models, because I'm seeing how full of themselves they are. Male also like attention. They really love attention. Males too.
Humans.
Humans, yeah. I would just say humans.
Yeah.
So those people, when they get a little bit of attention, they become full of themselves. They be like, oh, I'm the boss of here. Like they will think if you give them another attention, a little bit of attention, they will just say, oh, I'm not gonna take you as a human. I'll just take you as a puppet. So I would say, don't put anyone on the pedestal. Just see them as a human being. Even though he's your type, he's the tall, the handsome, the thing, he got everything, but don't put him on the pedestal. Because that makes him think he's above, you're down. But a relationship's supposed to be here like this. We're equal. We're supposed to get together spiritually, emotionally, and physically. So those people that are full of themselves, they think they're above me, so I wouldn't date them. Those are my red flags.
Oh, okay.
When you are looking at texts, first off, I can imagine half of them are just propositions for sex, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so you weed those ones out, unless that's what you need or one at a time. But when you're talking about relationships, just relationships here, if you're looking for a relationship, obviously you weed out the ones that are just looking for sex. How, in a dream world, in a vacuum, how would your dream man approach you? What could he say to you?
Thank you.
I would say if he has the same interest as me. For example, I like to go to exhibition or something, right? But instead of intentionally asking me, he also likes exhibitions. So he would be like, oh, this place is open. I know you like exhibitions. Can we go together? Something you hang out. And instead of, friendship, I like to start a relationship as friendship first. So let's go to hang out to this place. Let's go. I know you like this place. Do you want to go to this place? Those are the ones that I'm very much going to read them. Or maybe
why I ask this question is that's one thing women don't understand about men, and we're going to talk about it here. The thing is, if you go to dating apps, the men that are sincere are mostly ignored by women.
True.
It's men are ignored by women.
So true.
Yeah. But those that have like sweet mouths, you understand? Oh, like, he sees a picture of you with a dog. So your dog is so cute. Your this, oh your hair, those kind of things. Women flock to them. I was personal experience. I was chatting with someone, and I'm this kind of person that if I'm chatting with someone, I don't like give myself. Oh, I like you. I will tell you I like you. But if I'm chatting with someone, I chat hi, or maybe I write a message for you. Mm-hmm. If that message is not replied in the next 1 month, I'm leaving it there. You understand?
Yes.
So any day you reply the message, she replied, I'm going to reply. That doesn't mean that I don't like you, but that's just my personality. You understand? I feel that it should be like a mutual stuff. You understand? Like, I'm not the kind of person that I send you a message, hi, you didn't reply, I send again, how are you doing? You didn't, I send again, how I just say hi, just send a message to something. I believe that if you're interested in me, you should get a reply. So I was chatting with this person, so I was just honest, you understand, like honest stuff. So I didn't start with you're this, you're that, you're this. So we were talking, so she was telling me about some guys that are chatting her and some other stuff and stuff like that. I asked her, how do you determine someone that is sincere and someone that is not sincere? So he said, but you don't give me all the attention. He's giving me every attention, like always asking me how are you doing in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the night. And I said, a guy being sincere is just a guy being himself. That most of these people, a guy that is always focusing on you have a purpose.
Yep.
And once that purpose is achieved, he's going to zoom.
Yep.
But I'm just being myself. And before you know it, our discussions slided for some time. I didn't hear from her again till after like 4 months or something. She says she tested because I leave the message unreplied. I leave the message. So I said, this person, I remember this person. We started talking again. How long time? How has it been? He said, you remember that guy I told you? The guy is I broke up with him. He's a nonsense guy. And I said, what happened? He started explaining to me that the guy they did, and the guy slept with him, slept with her, and every other thing, and the rest they I said, okay. So the point is that for me, from the depth of my heart, I was sincere. You understand what I mean? I was sincere, but I wasn't that petty, like kind of stuff like I was. But the guy that was petty got
even in the days of cyber reality that we live in now, right? The truth remains, good guys finish last.
That's
right.
That's very true.
That has been the same. I'm sure that was before my time. It's been that way since I was young.
Yeah.
It's been that way. It's been that way for my son, for you, for all everybody who's going to come behind us. It's going to be that way all the time. I don't know why. I don't know how. I think because I grew up in a house full of girls. I had 2 sisters, and they always had friends over and everything. I think women are attracted to a bit of danger, a bit of bad, right?
Yes.
So it's the thing when I was growing up, like I couldn't get no girls until I was out there running the street. When I was out there in the street, now here it comes. They're coming left and right. And I realized it wasn't for me necessarily. It was just for a bit of status.
Oh yeah, that's true. That makes sense.
It was just for a bit of status.
Yeah.
And a lot of girls want to, I hate to say it like in this way because it sounds so much worse than it actually is, but it's almost like a checklist. Okay, I've had a bad boy, I've had a rich boy, I've had a whatever. Like they can scratch that off their list. Yeah. I've tried, even especially where I grew up, it was like all black and white. I was like one of the only like Asian dudes that I even knew. Like I'm half black, half Asian, right? So, but our thing was the white girls the white girls from like the little Richie areas and stuff, we love knocking them off all the time because they would come, they'd let you drive their car or whatever because daddy got a BMW, lets them drive a BMW. So we're trying to drive the white girls BMW or whatever, and we know that they're gonna fuck with us because we out here, we're minorities. They're looking for that. I don't know if they just want to get under their dad's skin or whatever. It's not that they didn't have better choices, but they just had something to prove or scratch off their list or whatever it was, but we were there for it.
Yeah, that question I want to ask is, it just came to my mind if I forget. You know, should we say that the divorce rates the high divorce rates are basically caused by lack of satisfaction in relationships? So I will give this example. The cause of the breakup with my ex, I had not, you know, in our lifetime, we have dated like, I know you have dated like 5 guys. You have dated like 5 girls or something in your lifetime, you understand? I have dated like up to 5 people in my lifetime, you understand? So those kind of people, we have dated a lot. So the cause of the breakup in my relationship, one of my ex, was that the other ex I had treated me differently, so much different, that when this one came, I wasn't seeing what the other one used to do to me. Would do this one doing that, you understand? So unconsciously, I used to compare her with my ex without even knowing. She said to me, "You used to say this about your ex." I said, "Did I say that?" Unconsciously, I used to compare her with my ex. Like, for example,
That's not uncommon.
For example, you had a girlfriend that used to cook very well, and this girlfriend doesn't cook at all. You understand? So you do that compare. If my ex used to cook this guy, like even when you are not complaining, you say, "What?" She asks you, "What's your favorite food?" "Oh, my favorite food was the one my ex made. She used to cook this." You understand? That's already a comparison without even knowing. You understand that what I mean? So we have tested a lot of relationships, and when we now want to engage with the person that we want to, we have had some girls have had a lot of heartbreaks, had a lot of relationships. When we now go into the marriage, we don't feel that satisfaction anymore because of the baggage that we come with.
Oh, that's
Do you think that's the cause of
Yes.
breakups or something?
I would agree with that. Yes, it's a lot of burden with marriage too. Like even for men is also baggage. I think marriage is a very big deal for men, and for women is also like that. And one of the things, marriage is kind of forced right now because you're running with your age. If I'm 30 now, I have to get married sooner, otherwise for women especially, like otherwise I cannot have a children or something. So you are basically forced by society and by your age into this marriage, and then once you get inside you'll be like, the hell, why did I do this one? Because you were forced. You were not seeing this person as who is. You were just seeing him, I need this thing from you. It's like a contract. Marriage is a contract. I need a child from you so I can save to the people that I have a children. So you get into that, and then that thing is over. You'll be like, but I'm empty now. I don't feel anything for you. So that's why there's a lot of dissatisfaction with the women, of course. And when they get into their menopause, there will be a lot of hormonal change. And even if they don't get that, there's a lot of hormonal change once you get birth. So those times for women is going to be very hard. They need a lot of attention and taken care of, but they don't get it from men. Of course, men doesn't understand that thing.
Yes.
They'll be like, it's the same. Why you keep nagging me? It was the same. I never washed the dishes, but why you keep nagging me about that now? Because women are like, even though I told you that, you're supposed to tell me, okay, I will do it, and then do the dishes. But they know this man never did the dishes, but they will still nagging about him. But it's not because this man has changed it. It's because the woman hormone changed it already. She's completely in a new person now. It's like after birth or like after menopause, the woman becomes very different person. So that's why there's a lot of dissatisfaction in that marriage, and the woman starts to like explode, like to tell a lot of emotions. To be like, oh, you never heard me, or you're not at home at all, or you're not. It's not because of the dishes she's angry about. It's because she's completely changed because of the
I think
hormone.
you're talking about a small percentage, though. Because you're talking about women that reach a certain age. A lot of these divorces are happening way before that, and I don't blame it on anything other than entitlement. So I think the younger generation grew up like completely entitled. From what you see, from what you hear, like when I grew up, if we backtalk mom, we got backhand in the mouth, right?
Yep.
If we were making noise in church, we get swatted. If we out here acting up in the store, that's you about to get your ass whooped. You know that running ass whoop where the mom holds you in the air by the one arm and you running in place and she gets you get the running ass whoop. So, but now it don't happen, right? So like there's so much entitlement all over the place. Like adults even. I don't want to bring up certain communities, but like even now, like with the whole like I get to pick my pronouns. You don't get to pick your fucking pronouns. Since when? If you're a guy, you're him. If you're a girl, you're her. That's that. You're not entitled to anything. Like you have to view me as no. If you want to be that, that's fine. I have no issue with you living your life however you see fit, however makes you comfortable. But I'm not going to play pretend with you. Right? You're not entitled to that. People want to do what makes them feel good because they think they're entitled to that. I'm not happy here no more. Marriage ain't about happiness, homeboy. It said for better or worse, sickness and health. Better or worse, right? People get to the or worse and check out, right? Yeah. They check out. They nullify the contract, basically, right? It's for better or worse. Sickness and health, richer or poorer. You hit poor, she's leaving you. You hit or worse, she's leaving you. That's it. And it's entitlement because people feel like, well, I'm entitled to my happiness. No, you ain't. The contract said better or worse. It's bad right now, but we got to work through this. Oh, that's right. Mm. Right? If we married, it's our job to work through this. 10 years, you think me and Leia ain't hit our bricks? Like I told you, she almost left me a couple different times. Right? I'm hard to love. But like she loved me anyway through all that. She's not without her flaws neither. And I love her through all that. Right? It's not about you're not always going to feel like it's the honeymoon. But nowadays, people get through the honeymoon phase, it's divorce papers already drawn. Right? They think that they're entitled to something. It's a sense of entitlement all over the place. You see everywhere you go. That's why there's videos of all these Karens running around out here telling people what they're supposed to be doing or whatever. Like, who are you? Like, I'm not entitled to do this for you or whatever, right? Like, it's society in general sense of entitlement is why divorce rate is so high. In my opinion, it's the cause of a lot of problems right now. Right? It's beyond just divorce rates and everything else. And it's why men and women are cheating a lot these days because they think, well, men cheat. Like even if they've got a faithful man at home who pays the bills, who works, comes home and kisses his wife every time he walks in the door, well, I'm not happy. I'm entitled to have him side nigga. No, you ain't.
Let me ask you this question, Larry. Should a man voice out his insecurities to his woman, or should he keep his insecurities to himself?
As a man?
Yeah, should you?
So here's a sensitive subject, right? Because women always say, I want you to be vulnerable with me. I want you to be open with me. I want to know what you feel.
Thank you very much.
Don't.
Thank you very much.
But they don't. Hold on. Another woman.
Yeah.
This is from a woman that I used to call my sister. She's back home in the States. She had a husband do that to her. Oh. Do that with her. And became vulnerable with her. And she said, you know what? I started emasculating him after that. And then after I had him acquiescing to me, oh, okay, honey, we'll do. She said, then I didn't see him as a man anymore.
Oh, no, that's very sad. Yeah.
Like, and it wasn't intentional. Now, thank God they're back together again. They actually got divorced. Thank God, through the graces, they're back together now and stronger than ever, right? Because now she knows what's her place, right? And people hear that and they're like, oh, you chauvinistic, whatever. Like, no, a woman has a place, a man has a place in a relationship.
That's right.
I agree.
Right?
Yep.
And as soon as you start muddying the lines, now don't nobody know which direction to go. Right? Don't nobody know who's supposed to be wearing the pants. We didn't erase that line. Right? No, I am the head of the household. Right? It is my job to provide, protect. It is your job to care. You care for me. You care for the kids, whatever, the house. I'll provide you with the house, you care for it. I'll provide you with a family, you care for it, right? You take care of it, right? I will protect it and provide it. You take care of it, right? People said this to me all the time with me and my girl right now, because we are very traditional. And people have said to her, even like her friends, like, man, girl, you work. You work too, like you work and you come home and you still do the cooking and the cleaning and the laundry. I do the laundry and the dishes sometimes. I clean them up to the dogs all the time, right? But she does the lion's share. We're not going to make it any more than it is. She does the lion's share of it. She does all of the cooking, most of the cleaning, and most of the laundry. And yes, she works. But guess what? I take care of. She doesn't pay a bill in that house. She has a job too. Remember we just said she got a job too. She makes almost as much as I do. I don't ask her for a penny. I take care of the house. Her money is hers. My money is ours. But I'm okay with that. My homies is like, how's that? How's she get all her money? You spending all your money on everything, homie. Damn, listen, because I like being taken care of. That's how I got a good deal. 10 years I've been running on this deal. 10 years I come home to a hot meal. 10 years I ain't got to worry about my laundry being done or the dishes being done. Like, there's a lot of times, like, because she works on Sunday, right? Like today. Like, I'll go home, if there's dishes in the sink, I'll wash them. So she doesn't have to come home to dishes on the day that she works and I don't. The day that I'm off, I do take care of the stuff in the house, right? Because that's just what I would want somebody to do for me, right? But we are very traditional. There's very clear-cut roles. I'm protector, provider. When we go out to eat, it's on me, right? When we go out to do whatever else, like she doesn't ever reach for her. She don't, unless she specifically says, I'm going to go somewhere, honey, tonight. It's on me. I got it. I'm like, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Right? I'll let her have that, right? But like, it's very much on me. Does she got more than enough money to pay for her phone bill, to chip in on half on rent, to chip in half on the electric bill, the gas bill, the water bill, the internet, all the I pay all the phones, me, mine, hers, my mom's, right? I pay all the bills, every single bill in the house and the rent. She pays nothing. You say, well, you're just throwing money at the situation. That's all she requires. That's all she requires, because it takes that stress of responsibility off of her.
Yeah, but let me ask you: Would you want your man to be vulnerable to you, like talk about his insecurities to you, or do you want to keep his insecurities to himself? What do you want?
I mean, to some extent, yes, he can be vulnerable. I want someone to be very comfortable, to get into that state and be vulnerable. But sometimes some secret has to be kept to ourselves, You don't share all of your secrets. You have to keep it a little bit for yourself. So I would say half and half.
I'll give an example.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was adopted and everything, and I was watching recently a video on like Korea's baby box.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Right? And it was very like personal for me. Like, and it was like, and my girl was watching me watch it, and she's like, babe, just turn it. She came sat in my lap.
Oh.
She came sat in my lap. Let's just turn this off, And I'm not the crying type, but like I started leaking, and she like, she wiped my face and she gave me a hug and everything. Like, that's one thing, right? That's one thing, but I'm not going to like openly it's just some emotional because she enjoys me being a man. Right? She doesn't say that you can't, she didn't judge me or anything for
Right, yeah.
she didn't judge me for that. She didn't look down on me. She didn't look at me as weak or anything. She knew that was kind of like a hot topic for me, right? But I don't share all of my insecurities with her either. And I think she prefers that way too.
Yes.
Just like I said, my sister from the States said, like, they say that they want that, but they don't want that.
They don't want that.
Half and half.
They don't. It's not about half an
No,
hour.
like you said, it's okay to cry in front of me. That makes me even more comfortable, like to take care of you. Women supposed to be to take care of, right? I am happy with that. But don't share a secret that happened 10 years ago, like
You know, no, what happened? Let me give you this instance. Like, if your man has a mental health breakdown,
oh,
you understand? Like,
Okay.
has a mental health breakdown, like anxiety, some of the stuff, and he shares everything to the wife or to the woman begins to project, begins to make scenarios, not now, but in the future.
okay.
Women kind of project a lot, you understand? Like,
Yes.
make some scenarios in the future. I've seen his weakness. He's so weak to protect us.
Yep.
You understand? So it begins to detect that part of you that you have shared. You are being vulnerable to yourself. Mental health is something that can come and go. Anxiety can come and go. You can become yourself. You understand?
Exactly.
But once you share those things, she can tell you, "Oh, baby, don't worry. I got you. I got you." But when she's on her own, she'll be thinking. That thoughts that she's thinking, she doesn't like that. You understand?
Yep.
It's going to put her in a situation whereby she also feels
No woman wants
anxiety
to
for the
view a
future.
weakness in her man. No woman wants to openly view a weakness in her man.
That's right.
She wants to see her man as the stalwart, I got it.
The protector,
Yeah.
the man of the
Right,
house.
the stone boat in the steel boat in the gate, like nobody can get through, right? But if you start sewing chinks in that armor, that's just not, like I said, it's one thing to allow just a sheer moment of weakness. It's another thing to just start openly sharing everything that makes you, afraid or uncomfortable or whatever else, right?
Yeah.
So, necessarily a secret or anything like that, but more or less like, I don't need to know that that you got mommy issues, or I don't need to know that you got daddy issues, or I don't need to know that you got right. These insecurities. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't need to know all that, right? Like, you should keep that to yourself. I don't need to know that you feel inadequate as this or that or whatever. I don't need to know that. Like, man up, right?
Yep.
Like, if you have a moment that you absolutely have to break down, I'm gonna be there for you, whatever. But like, I don't need to know all this stuff because, like he said, they're gonna keep it in their mind all the time. It's one thing to just deal with it when it arises. It's another thing to just always have it in your mind, like, this dude's weak.
I ask people, what kind of man or what kind of woman what kind of man, especially women, what kind of man do you want? They say, I want a man that will share things equally in the house. You understand? So I said, would you want a man to be the head of the family? She said, no. I don't want men to be the head of the family. So in your opinion, do you think going towards the conventional, traditional family way is more effective? Or do you think, like, in terms of nobody should be the head of the family, we share things equally, do you think that has been effective in family management?
Yes, I would say. Even my culture is like the man has to be the head of the family, and woman has to be the taken care of. But like, yes, I'm sorry for feminists out there. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I would rather be the man to be the masculine, so I can fully be in my feminine energy. So I want him to be the head of the family. So I would make him to take care of the house. But of course, I would do the same thing. I would do my own work, get out and enjoy myself, and still come home. And I would want to take care of him because this is the love language for females. They want to take care of everything they love. So I want to take care of him. But it doesn't have to be that I'm like the old lady that's taking care of the children and the house after him. No, it's not like that. It's just like I'm in my feminine energy, trying to make my man masculine energy. But I want to ask for males.
Yeah.
I just want to ask for males.
So
Is it okay for this generation? Okay. I mean, this generation for females, is it okay if they want to be the housewives? Housewives.
Do you know how much propaganda it took to get women to believe staying at home and caring for the house and not having to go to work and not having to do all these other things, to just, I get to stay home and just, I take a couple minutes to do the laundry, throw a new batch of laundry in, dishes are done in 20 minutes? You got the whole rest of your day to yourself to sit, have a glass of wine, watch your soap operas, be in your feminine energy, caring for the house. You know what? I feel like I might want to cook this tonight, blah, 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 whatever. For the propaganda to turn women on their head and say, that's not how it's supposed to be. Like, you should want to be out here in the workforce with the men. Why? When you got a man who wants to just give you a house, to just, here's a whole ass home, just take care of it, right? Here's a house, make it a home. That's all I want you to do. Just make it, here's the house already. You want my spending money? Like, when I'm at work, I ask you to do what? The laundry and the dishes. That takes how many hours of the day? I'm gonna work for 8 hours today. How long are you gonna work? If you gotta do the dishes and the laundry, how long are you actually working? Like, physically working? You clean, you run the vacuum. If there's a vacuum, you mop or sweep. If there's no mop, I'm still waiting to know how this is the hardest job in the world. Being a housewife, a mother and a housewife is the hardest job in the world. Because I'm sure that the guys that are under the street taking care of like all the sewage and plumbing systems and keeping the gas running in all the homes, I'm sure they would love to hear how being a housewife is the hardest job on the planet. Being a mom and a housewife is the hardest job. I hate when I hear stuff like that on Oprah. Like, and she works the hardest job in the world. She is a mom and a housewife. Please. It ain't harder than these jobs out here that people are out here busting their butt to do.
There's this in our situation, especially in this in online internet age, and people don't actually say the way things are. People like massage the ego of people. You understand? Like, they don't necessarily say the things the way they are. Like, I keep saying this, like, just like you said, anybody can identify it as anything now. You understand? Like, anybody can come out and say, I identify as this. You understand? Even I saw a picture, a video on Instagram. In Canada, they have LGBT, like a police vehicle, but it's LGBT Christian, like LGBT stuff. So the guy was driving, he saw LGBT car, police car, LGBT stuff. Oh, sorry, not police, sorry. It says LGBT taxi.
Taxi, oh.
Yeah, it says LGBT taxi. So the person that's driving the taxi is a policeman. Like, he's driving, he's a policeman, but they said LGBT taxi. So the guy drove close to the guy and said, hello, are you identifying as cops or are you a cop? You understand? Like, he's making much of the stuff that, are you a cop or are you identifying as a cop? Because he has a situation whereby everybody is identifying with anything they want. And because for us to say that, we can't come out and say that this is wrong or we have to massage everybody's ego. Just like you said, like being the housewife is the most difficult job in the world, to make people feel good. You don't want to say anything. So this person is identifying, he cannot be anything he wants to be. It's just to make people feel good. You understand? That's the society.
That's the entitlement.
Yeah. So, that's the society we are going towards.
So here's the thing. Like, if your friend was anorexic, that's body dysmorphia, right? It's dysmorphia. You would have them, because no matter what they actually look like, they're going to view themselves as, I got to lose weight. This is fat. There's fat right here. Blah 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 blah. And you say, no, you are actually physically not. You need to seek help. And if that was your friend, you would help them find mental health for that, right? What's different?
With this one.
What's different with this one? Like, they need, if this is your actual friend, the thing is, everybody's doing the whole enabler thing. They're all enabling instead of just saying, you know, no, you need help. Like, I don't understand why the trans people get to participate in pride. Because it's actually a lack of pride. Trans is actually a lack of pride. It's self-hate. A guy says, I'm a woman.
Crisis, yeah.
A guy says, I'm a woman. What? No, you're a man, sir. Like, you can, it's okay. So, because you're effeminate and you like feeling feminine and you are attracted to the same sex, that doesn't make you a woman. That just makes you an effeminate gay man. And that's fine. That's been around since long before I was on this earth and will be here long after. And that's okay. To just say, oh, no, I'm just a gay guy. Like, okay, cool. I don't care. We can still be friends. That's fine. But I'm a woman. No, you're not. You're, in fact, sir, a man. You're just a gay guy. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with being a gay guy. But you refuse to take pride in saying, I'm a gay guy. So why do you get to participate in the pride stuff? Why does the trans community get to participate in pride? They're not taking pride in what they are. Right? There is no pride in what they are. Right? I don't think anybody should be persecuted. Let's be very clear.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody should be persecuted. But like, I think there should be, because being gay is not a mental illness. It's just, you know, you are what you are, whatever, if that's how you see it. But like, being trans is an actual mental illness. You are self-hating and you have body dysmorphia. That's literally clinically diagnosable, right? I can diagnose you as this. You can't diagnose a gay person as anything. They're just gay, right? There's no diagnosable medical term for being gay. But body dysmorphia is a diagnosable term. You know, self-hate is a psychological term, right? People that hate themselves and want to kill themselves and want to change themselves. I hate being like, you go see a psychologist about that, right? But now we're saying, no, it's okay. It's okay. No, it's not. You need help. And are we showing them more love by allowing them to just be what they are? Or are we showing them love by saying, brother, you need help, man. I'm willing to help you. Like, let's look online for somebody for you to talk to. You know, something, right? But this all comes down to what we were talking about before, that whole entitlement thing. Everybody feels like they're entitled to just do and say and be whatever they want. And you're not. It's never been that way. There's always going to be a consequence to your action. Right, wrong, or otherwise, there's always going to be a consequence, right? When I was out here acting a fool, I got locked up. Did I have excuses? Did I come up in a bad house? I don't need did I come up in a bad household, in a bad situation? I don't need no excuses made for me. I had other choices I could have made, right? But I made the choices that I made, and I suffered them consequences, right? Nobody's going to come to you to rescue me from my consequences or say, it's okay, he had a bad life. But we're doing it with these people, right? And I don't think it's not just these people, it's like everybody.
Everybody, yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
They're cheat. She was unhappy in her relationship, so it's okay for her to fuck all of her boyfriend's friends.
Oh, that's true, actually.
Right?
Yeah, but that was the good point, because like even though the men, we brought the why men cheat and everything, because like I was not blaming why men cheat. Like I was not blaming on the men too. But if the man is cheating in the relationship, there's also responsibility for the woman. She has like 50% of those reasons why the man cheats too. So I believe in that things, because there was one psychologist, she said like if the man cheats on you, even though there was no red flags on him and he was the kind guy, it's because you have the psychology that says, I think I'm not enough for this guy, he's gonna go cheat on me. So that psychology projected on him, and he's gonna go for other women and gonna cheat on her. Or she was also planning on cheating on him. That karma makes the man cheat. So I think, yeah, that was the...
My concluding remarks, because if we continue to discuss this, she's going to take a long time. That's a lot.
Yeah, okay.
My concluding remarks is that, one, men are naturally ingrained to cheat more, to spread their seeds more than women. But in our society, but because the opportunity that are presented, women have more opportunity than men. So women are prone to cheat more than men. Not because men don't want to cheat, but because of lack of opportunity. That's my concluding remark. So in other words, women cheat more than men.
Another way, it's men cheats more on the woman, but I'm not saying women doesn't have a responsibility on that. So women check on your man. Just saying that.
I don't think that either cheat anymore. I think men and women are out here cheating like crazy because a lot of people are coming from single parent households. They're learning, they're picking up bad patterns, and then they're spreading it with entitlement. Because everybody feels like they're entitled to chase whatever dream, whatever they feel that is going to make them feel good, period. And they're not willing to put in the work for a real relationship.
Yeah. Thank you very much for coming, Larry. I thank you very much for coming. And Hannah, I thank you very much for coming. In fact, this is the first episode that we did and enjoyed pizza and even on this episode. So yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for coming.
Us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yep.